fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's got rid of the outside of both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taken Anderson! Anderson's up to
Oh my God!
Big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's going to get rolled!
Second very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly. Oh, there we go! Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my God!
God, what?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 7 of the NASCAR iRacing Series Winter Edition. We're coming to you live from Homestead Miami Speedway in Homestead, Florida. My name is JD Smith. With me tonight is Kane Kraft and Jay Kennedy in the director's chair as we bring you guys some 1987 stock car action. Kane, welcome to the show tonight as we get ready for some big-time racing from Homestead.
Yeah, 1987 machines at Homestead should be a fun race. I always enjoyed the racing at Homestead. It can really produce some good racing. So see these 1987 machines around here should be fun.
Yes, multiple groove progressive banking. Great stuff at Homestead. A true oval. None of this tri-oval or quad-oval nonsense. It is the true sense of the form oval. Love this place. It has always produced great racing. We've seen seasons be finished here at Homestead in real world racing. We've seen it give us some excellent runs, and I think tonight will be no different with these 1987 cars.
Yeah, this week we've got Matt Busa back in action. We missed him last week. Daniel Roper back with us again this week. So should be some good racing. Brett Bonner, as we've seen him week in and week out. Those Ryco boys, all of them here in action again tonight. I just think we're in for a good night here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be excellent night. And if you guys have joined us throughout this, this has been the first ever Winter NASCAR iRacing series. I think it's been quite successful. It's been really fun for us, as well as I'm sure it has been for the guys to get in a car that they typically are not familiar with. It's been a fun experience for us all. And it's crazy that we're already in our 7th week of this Winter NASCAR iRacing series. It has been so fun, and we want to thank everybody that has been with us thus far, because it really has been a wonderful journey.
It has. It's been a fun series to watch. I didn't quite know what to expect going into it because, I didn't quite know all the rules from back in 1987 and stuff. But, man, I've learned a lot, and it's been a lot of fun watching these guys.
Yeah, it is. It has been a learning experience as far as learning those older rules. And it's funny because I knew those rules years ago and then forgot them, and we've relearned them again. But that is the fun part of it. So looking forward to that fun tonight. Let's take a look as we're looking at our screen right now, looking at Matt Booth. So we got about 50 seconds left in qualifying as these guys are getting ready to set the grid for tonight's race.
Yeah, so far it looks like Joey Brown's the one that's doing the best, holding on to that pole position, which he does seem to do almost every week, it seems like. He's a good qualifier, and so far still on top of the board.
Yeah, he has done a remarkable job. You're right, Kane, all season long of qualifying. He really has produced quite well. And it'll be fun to see how this field does get set here in just a few moments' time. We should have that when 7 to 6 seconds. We'll have those ready. All right, guys, let's take a look at tonight's starting grid. As you have it, your pole sitter is Joey Brown in the number 14 machine. On the outside, it'll be Matt Busa. In row 2 tonight, it'll be Cody Terlind with Daniel Roper to his outside. On the inside of row 3, it'll be the 24 machine of Drew Autry. Jay Jensen is on the flank. As we move out to the 4th row, we have number 4 car of Barrett Bonner with Octavio Rondoletto to the outside. In row 5 tonight, it'll be Randall Nichols with Mike Jamison in row 5. Behind them, it'll be Casey Foote and Corey Cook. As we move back to the 7th row, it'll be Sam White and Steve Buchanan. Row 8 for this race will be Jonathan Oshalem and Jonathan Jordan. In row 9, it'll be Tyler Gunter and Stuart Barnett. And as we look at row 10, it is Jason Laney and Aaron McEachern. Kirk Kimmerling and Jason Willott in 11. 12 is Joseph Lester and Jimmy Riggs. 13 will be Joshua Justice, Brett Punkari, Matt Watkins, and Johnny McNamara is 14. 15 will be Jack Windsor and Chris Oliveira. And our final row for tonight's event will be Scott Crouch and Thomas Rogers Jr. That is what we're looking at here for the start of Week 7 of the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series right here at beautiful Homestead, Miami. We have 134 laps for tonight's race. That is just over 200 miles. The guys are allotted for 6 tire sets for tonight's event, so we'll keep that in mind as we watch these guys in the pits tonight. As always, pit road can be so crucial for these fellas, so we have to make sure that they stay below that pit limit. Look at our point standings, Kane. This far as the guys are rolling off pit road, it is Barrett Bonner on top of tonight's chart, and it is very close to David Brown there in second place. So we'll be watching those two closely tonight to see if David Brown can perhaps jump him for the lead in the point standings. Also up there near the top is James Otten, Logan Hilton, and Jay Jensen.
Man, that's unbelievable how close those points are.
Yeah, very close indeed, Kane, and it's going to be fun to see how things transpire over the remainder of this winter NASCAR iRacing series. Like we said, this is the very first one, so it's something special to see who can take the crown when you have a brand new event like that. So here we are. I don't want to get things going too crazy, but we are getting ready to go green flag racing here at Homestead as we get ready to bring round 7 racing underway. The iRacing official pace car has got the lights off as it should, and it's going to make that left-hand sharp turn down pit road, and all eyes are going to be on the front row as we go green flag racing from Homestead, Miami. Great start right out of the gate. It is the number 11 machine down on the inside, fighting really hard right now for position. And that is Joey Brown there in the number 14 car. And right behind them, of course, the 11 and the number 8 going at it right now. The 8 on the high side with a really good run there in the Chevrolet City machine.
Rondeletto stuck up on the outside. Looks like he might. He's going to be okay. He's going to get around Drew Archer there in the RC machine. Looks like Drew's going to fight back, though, on the inside. Rondeletto's still going to hold on to it on the outside. Homestead usually pretty good about producing some good racing.
Caution is out for the first time today, guys. Caution is out, and we're going to find out where that caution has reared its ugly head, and we'll get that information right to you as soon as we get it, and we'll bring out that iRacing replay for you guys. And just start of the third, or on the third lap, the caution does come out, and like I said, we'll find that as soon as we get a moment to find out. I'm not quite sure, Kane, where that.
It looked like Jay had it on camera for just a second. There was like 4 or 5 cars involved. He's got it now on replay. The number 3 machine leading that pack there.
Oh, I see the smoke ahead there. There it is. It started, I believe, with the number 11 machine. I could be wrong. I'll have to take another look at it. But, yes, there's several cars involved with this first caution of the afternoon, and that is so unfortunate. Before the race really gets going good, we already got the first yellow flag of the day and some damaged race cars. Yeah, it looks like that is it. The number 11 machine right there on your camera is involved in that one. The damage cosmetically does not look too bad, and that is Randall Nichols there in the number 11 machine. And when I got a better look at it, Kane, I kind of don't want to blame the 11 because to me it looked like the actual car that
like somebody made contact with.
Yeah, that was the number. I'm gonna get a better look at it, but it was one of the Ryco Motorsports cars. And is it just me, or does it look like an X on the side of the car? It is. Their number is an X, and that is custom numbers for you. But that is KC Foot having a little fun with us tonight with an X for his number. The sim actually has him as number 22, so that'll be his unofficial or his official number. Obviously, we've explained it in the past, but iRacing does allow for custom numbers and some in certain events, and we have allowed those to come up on our broadcast, and so that is why occasionally we'll get some funky numbers, and X is definitely a funky number because that is a letter.
Yeah. See, Daniel Roper's got the the duct tape off his machine this week.
Yeah,
Running
that's
the number
good.
61 machine.
Well, that's good to see. I'm glad to see he's got the duct tape off the side door. And right now, Brandon Nichols coming out of the pits as he brings the number 11 Chevy Monte Carlo back out onto the track. So hopefully he'll be able to regain some composure and get back out here and try to run a good race. I know that was very unfortunate that he got involved in that. Brett Punkari, Jack Windsor, some guys that are going in and off pit road, as well as we are currently under yellow for the first time this afternoon. Up there behind the iRacing pace car, we do have Joey Brown in the number 14 Ryco Motors Chevrolet leading the way. Behind him, that is the 61 car, as Kane mentioned a moment ago. That is Daniel Roper, followed by Matt Booth in the number 6 Elite. That is a beautiful paint scheme there with the number 6 Chevy Monte Carlo there with Matt Busa in it. That is your top 3. Behind him, it is Cody Turlind and Jay Jensen. That is the top 5 that'll be bringing us back to the green flag here in just a moment. And we are back under green flag, and it is Joey Brown leading the field. So far, a really good start there from Daniel Roper. He was able to maintain right behind leader Joey Brown. But here comes a strong push from Matt Boosa in the number 6 Elite Chevy Monte Carlo. Going to stay right there, try to get into that draft of these front 2 runners in the. Here we're going to have a run for the lead. I thought for a second we were going to see Roper step out and maybe make an inside move. But 14 shuts the door as they continue to ride that front wave out. Matt Busa is in a good position to do so.
Daniel Roper's looking awful strong, though. There's been a couple times already he's stepped out. Looked like he was going to make a move for that inside, and just at the last second changes his mind. But I think we'll probably see him move there for the lead.
3 wide. Having some serious connection issues with iRacing right now, guys. Right now, Drew Autry going to make a move on Octavio Rondoletto. He's down on the inside. The number 3 machine of Octavio Rondoletto is riding that high line. That's one of the things I really enjoy as the caution comes out for the second time today. And let's find out where this caution does come out as we were watching Octavio Rondoletto up there on the high side. And we have some cars, looks like some damage, and I'm trying to find out exactly where that was. Well, I'm not finding it just quite yet.
Jay's got it up on screen here. The number 31 machine gets knocked around back and forth a little bit. And the Western Auto machine of Scott Crouch. Jamie Riggs also involved there. And the Holly Carburetors machine. These are some good throwback paint schemes. Look at it from on board. Ouch.
Does great onboard footage from Jay Kennedy there, and good job from Kane there. Thanks, buddy, for filling us in there. And now we'll see if we got some guys going to want to come down pit road, as we already have our second caution of the afternoon. And Joey Brown, Daniel Roper, Matt Busa, a lot of our front runners are going to stay out. No need for them to pit quite yet. But some of our cars that need some fresh tires or little repairs, we have the number 27 of Jason Laney. He's heading into his pit stall at the moment. So he'll get his car freshened up. Also, the number 3 Goodwrench, beautiful paint there, Stuart Barnett. Absolutely gorgeous. Golden Goodrich. The number 11 of Randall Nichols down pit road, as well as Steve Buchanan in the number 18 Piedmont Airlines Chevy. That is another great paint. And that is some of our cars that are headed down pit road. Man, all right. I'm on the paint scheme hunt, Kane, to find out some of our paints tonight. The number 35 of Brett Punkari is representing Princess Daisy tonight in a very unique paint there on the number 35. Princess Daisy for Thunderbird. That is a good classic Mario paint. And then in front of him, outfitting the Sega Master System paint scheme from the number 14 car of Joshua Justice. And to anybody that knows the history of Sega, that is absolutely amazing. He's got the actual box art of what all the cartridges used to look like on that paint scheme. If you see that grid pattern on the 14, that is what that is there for. That is a really awesome paint showing some tribute to some retro video game companies.
Yeah, grid pattern's kind of hard to see, but now that you mentioned it, I can see it, and that is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's just a little fun fact. The Sega Master System was Sega's first big console that released here in America, and it was white. All the games were white with that gray-black grid pattern. And then when the successor to the Master System released, the Sega Genesis, they had the same grid pattern. They just reversed the color, so it was black with a white grid pattern in the backdrop. So just a little fun fact for you there. But I thought that was neat that Joshua Justice rocking the Sega Master System paint scheme tonight.
Some people just end up with some really cool names. Wouldn't it be cool to have the last name Justice?
Yes, that is a really good one. That's a great one. Let's go back green flag racing while we're looking at paint schemes. Let's get it back going as we have Joey Brown taking us back green flag racing.
Joey Brown with a much better start this time around than what he's had the last several starts. Daniel Roper under just a tiny bit of pressure there from Matt Busa. And then behind those guys, Cody Turland with Barrett Bonner. No, that must be a lap car. Jay Jensen. Oh, he's not a lap car. That's just those numbers messing with me again. Jay Jensen sporting the number 22 this week as opposed to the 2 that he normally runs, which has thrown me for another loop. Behind him is Cody Turland in the number 9 machine.
Boy, Matt Busa is still working, trying to get around Daniel Roper, man. He is really getting a good run. He's going to try again. Here comes the elite. Ship him up. Carlo down the inside, and no go.
Boy, Joey Brown's really had a heck of a run this time. He's got a couple car links back to second place Daniel Roper, and it could just be because of that pressure that Matt Busa is putting on Daniel Roper. Could be slowing those guys down a little bit, fighting for position there, but I don't know. I think they're starting to catch up to Joey Brown there. Matt Busa to the inside of Daniel Roper, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, he gave it a good run, and he's got himself situated nicely. He's right there behind Roper. Just hasn't been able to get quite the momentum he needs to carry through on the pass. He's trying to take that low line. You see him hugging that white line, and it's just not giving him enough. We have seen right before that last caution came out, I was watching the number 3 car. We have several 3 cars on the track tonight, but I'm actually talking about Octavio Rondoletto. He was running a very high line. I mean, so high it was up there against the wall, and he was actually carrying some decent pace. Right now, he's going to continue to run that high line, but he is in danger of losing this position. He's got a great battle going on with Barrett Bonner in the number 4 Ryco Motors. you can get a good sense for this battle. And he is continuing. I was watching, and unfortunately for me, my connection has been wavering pretty badly, so I wasn't able to get a really good look at that. But here comes the number 24 RC Cola machine as well. He's going to come up into this frame, and that is Drew Autry. So we're going to have a 3-car battle here, ultimately for 6th place. And this is fun just because that is what I like about Homestead Miami, Kane. You can have somebody run the high line. You got another groove down on the low line, and you can even get the middle groove going late in the race here. It's a really fun track with this progressive banking.
Yeah, and it works really well on the sim too. A lot of times on the sims, on some sims, it just ends up being just one lane racing all the time. But here on iRacing, especially here at Homestead, you can see multiple grooves of racing and have some great battles here at Homestead. Barrett Bonner winning out on that battle, running the low line, and he is now pulling away pretty handedly from Octavio Rondeletto. Rondeletto under serious pressure from Drew Autry now in the RC machine. But the RC machine backs down, and Rondeletto holds on to that 7th spot. Autry going to try it again, down to the inside, down low. Octavio Rondeletto up high. Side by side now, almost the 24 machine and the Drew Autry. Rondeletto's going to hold it out on the high end. We'll see who's going to get it. The RC machine slides right up in front. Made it look easy. Drew Autry now up into 7th spot. I don't think Rondeletto is going to give up on that high line, though. Check back up at the front. Joey Brown still leading this thing. He's got several car lengths back to his teammate Daniel Roper, and they have managed to pull away several car lengths back to Matt Busa. Cody Turland had been racing his teammate Jay Jensen back in that for the 4th spot. Cody Turland has that 4th spot quite handedly over his teammate Jay Jensen. Barrett Bonner is on the charge, though, looking for that 5th spot. Jay Jensen's going to have to hold on tight because Barrett Bonner is on his way. And then, of course, we've seen Drew Autry in that 7th spot just get past Octavio Rondeletto, so he's on his way up the field as well. On board now with Casey Foote back in the 13th spot, as Casey Foote looking to catch up to the number 99 machine of Matty Watkins. Steve Buchanan on the high side, back for the 20th spot. He's got Stuart Barnett behind him. Joseph Lester in front. And pretty good battle back there for around 20th or so. Looks like Steve Buchanan is going to get that spot and move him up into the 19th spot. Jonathan Oshlam running a little bit of the high line there, trying to make up some ground on Brett Picari. Things starting to settle down a little bit here finally after 25 laps or so. These guys getting some green flag run under their belt. Barrett Bonner in the number 6 spot has officially caught Jay Jensen and is working the bumper of the 22 machine, trying to get around. These guys are teammates, so I imagine he'll be easy on him as he tries to work his way around, but Jay Jensen is no slouch, so it is going to be a challenge, but that is one of the closest battles on the track right now, this battle here for 5th spot. Barrett Bonner has got the job done and moves himself up one more spot into 5th position. Now those guys will be trying to track down Cody Terlin, who is 2.5 seconds up the road, which is a long way. On board now with Drew Autry in that 24 machine, as he's now coming up to Jay Jensen, going to try and make his way around that 22 machine to the inside. We'll see if he has anything for him. Looks like he's got a little something. He gets side by side. And he's going to get it done. Check in on the leader up front. 1.2 seconds ahead of second place Daniel Roper. That's a serious lead for Joey Brown. Daniel Roper's got a full second over third place Matt Busa. And then Matt Busa 2.8 seconds ahead of Cody Terlin. So the field really starting to spread out here at Homestead, as 32 laps now in the books. Rondeletto still on that high side. He's got Sam White battling for that position now. And those guys got Mike Jamison right there as well in that AC Delco number 8 machine. That's a pretty cool looking car. All these cars, man, they're just so cool. And when the guys throw some of that 80s flair into their paint scheme, man, it just really looks good. So a 3-way battle here for the 8th spot. It's Octavio Rondeletto out on the outside. He's just been overtaken by Sam White, who has gained a couple spots there. And that number 8 machine of Mike Jamison is going to get past as well. The closest battle on the track, according to my live timing, is the battle for 25th spot. Jonathan Jordan is on the bumper of that Sega machine that JD likes so well. The Sega machine. Commenter asked, is that possibly a throwback to the Daytona game made by Sega?
It could be, and I think it actually is. If you look on the back quarter panel, I think you see the old Hornet that was from Daytona, USA, one of the great arcade games of our time. I think that's what is on the back of that car. I want to apologize, Kane, for having dropped out, had some connectivity issues. I'm hoping that those are over. I think we're having some power issues in our area right now, so I am...
It was kind of funny when you'd have them, you would start to sound like a chipmunk, and so I wasn't going to say anything because it was kind of...
So sorry. Look at this right now, though. Great battle on the screen.
Yeah, that's Jonathan Jordan and is that Joshua Justice on the outside in that 14 machine. Looks like Jonathan Jordan's going to get the job done after a couple laps of trying. That's going to move Jonathan Jordan up into 25th.
Man, fantastic there for Jonathan Jordan. He's going to try to reclaim. Look at this battle on the screen right now. Got a good move in here on the 8 on the high side. Jamison pushing on the high line, trying to make that middle groove work. Unfortunately, did not get the run he was hoping for, but he will tuck in behind, use that slipstream down the backstretch here at Homestead, and try again.
Yeah, these guys been having a great battle. Sam White and Michael Jamison for, I don't know, 10 laps about now. These guys have been battling. It's been a good one to watch.
Johnny McNamara had a good run on Jason Willott, the battle for 21st, and Willott just reclaimed his position. That's another high line, low line battle. Here comes the Doritos Chevrolet down on the inside. He'll get another good run, and Johnny McNamara will move up into the 21st position. So a good run there from the 19 car.
Man, it's good to see the Doritos machine having a good race this week so far. He has had a pretty rough run of the Winter NASCAR iRacing series, but he shows up every week and he's getting better every week.
He's got a good run right now with the number 3 of Stuart Barnett. Barnett up on the high side, and number 3 Bass Pro Shops, number 3, and he will get another position. So now you see the 19 car of Johnny McNamara up into the top 20.
Octavio Rondoletto, we've just seen a second ago, heading down pit lane. I wonder if that's a sign of things to come.
Yeah, that could be, Kane, the start of some stops, and we'll see how the guys do. Another good battle right now is Kurt Kimmerling just gaining a position on Tyler Gunter there in the number 16 Bitcoin Thunderbird. And that is a really good job right there from Kimmerling in the number 29 Hoosier Chevrolet. Yeah, both these guys going to try to come up around the number 31 car. That is lap traffic of Scott Crouch there in the 31 Western Auto Chevrolet. And they'll get around him no problem. Back up, we were watching a little bit earlier, the battle for 8th place. That's Sam White there in the number 23 machine. Behind him, it is Mike Jamison there again in the number 8 AC Delco Chevy. That was a good battle earlier. We saw that 8 car try to get a good run and was unable to do so, but he's staying patient, and he's got that number 8 Chevrolet within about a car length, has a really good run down the backstretch, and he'll have to stop that momentum going into turns 3 and 4. But for a moment there, he had a really good run down that backstretch.
Yeah, as this run continues to spread out, the gaps between these cars is continuing to increase. This is the closest battle on the track. There's a couple other battles that are close. The battle with Kirk Kimmerling and Tyler Gunter is within half a second. And Casey Foote also in a battle of his own there with Kurt Kimmerling. Only a couple really close cars on the track right now. The cars have really kind of spread out. Yeah,
really good view here from the back of Sam White's number 23 machine. Here comes the number 8 City Chevrolet coming up on him. Jamison looking for an opening. He's going to go. He faked low, going to look for the high line. Cannot. He loses momentum going up high. So I think he's learning up on the high line. He's losing momentum. Now he'll go down to the inside, Kane. This looks like a good run there from the number 8 Chevrolet, City Chevrolet. And he has got a good one. This might stick as they're going through the turns here. He's got the low line, should have the advantage, and he will. Absolutely fantastic footage. Now you're riding on board with the 23, and you see the back. That is the AC Delco Chevy City car. That is Jamison who made that pass. Very well-earned pass there from Jamison. He fought hard for that one.
Yeah, he did. Those guys battled for a good 20 laps.
Here's another one, Gunter. He's working there, and they got the number 16 Bitcoin machine down on the inside of the Araiko Motorsports Chevrolet, and he gets ahead beautifully and tucks in that Ford Thunderbird. See if we can't get a rebound here, as here comes the ex-Araiko Motorsports machine. Looks like we have a car going down pit road there at the bottom of the screen. That is the number 20 Mobile One Chevrolet of Corey Cook. So that is a scheduled pit stop, if I am correct, Kane. I believe that is a scheduled green flag stop.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Unless we hear of otherwise, I'm going to assume that is a green flag stop, and we'll start to watch. I think you may have been right a minute ago, Kane. We'll start to see
Matt
some
Busa
guys
also
coming down for fresh tires. Yeah, so it looks like we are going to have those green flag stops starting to take place, and that is going to be very important, as green flag stops are so huge on gains and losses in the field. So with that being said, if you guys have joined us just now, it has been Joey Brown in the number 14 Araiko Motorsports Chevrolet leading the way since the drop of the green flag. And back in second place, it has been Daniel Roper, who has been tucked in there. He has fallen quite back a little bit from where he was. He rode up there with Joey for quite some while, and Joey Brown has been able to break away. Back in the third position, behind them it is Cody Turlind in the 09 Araiko Motorsports machine. Barrett Bonner rides fourth.
Some
Drew Autry.
lap traffic getting a little squirrely right in front of the 09 machine. Lucky enough, he was able to save it.
Yeah, these cars can get out of control in a hurry. It's not hard to do. It's something these guys really were talking about when we had words with them in the past. They have talked about just how these cars can be difficult, and they are so different than from the modern cars that we drive today. And there you see on your screen right now.
After all that battling and hard driving, Sam White losing it, coming out of the turn, getting down into the inside barrier, but just barely making contact. I think he's probably okay other than the track position lost.
And number 23 going to head down pit road. So let's get any damage that may have caused getting into the wall there. He'll get that, go ahead and repair it, get fresh tires, top off with that virtual racing fuel, and get back out. And also another one, here's your race leader, Joey Brown, headed down pit road. So once the leader comes down, we tend to see everybody else go ahead and make their move as well. Daniel Roper also headed down pit road. Number 61, Sports car, he's there as well.
Yeah, Cody Turlind coming down as well as Jay Jensen. Looks like most of the Ryco guys electing to come down with their leader, buddy. Joey Brown down and away.
Daniel Roper gets out of his box. Everything looks good for the 61. As he gets back out onto the track, we'll see. It'll be fun to see how these guys' spaces look once everybody cycles through. Drew Autry's found himself up in second place. Caution's going to wave. Caution is going to wave. And we're going to get that iRacing replay up as soon as possible to catch where our caution was brought out, as that is right in the middle of green flag stops, which always causes some craziness. And that was not good timing for some.
Yeah, most of the top guys had pitted, so I don't think it's going to cause a whole lot of craziness, but from
Don't tell that to Drew Autry, because he was one of the top. He was in the top 5, and he had not made his pit stop yet.
Yeah,
which actually could help him.
It could.
If he was a lap up on the ones, and when he pits, it won't hurt him because he's a lap up. So, and we're having trouble finding where the yellow flag came out. So we'll just say debris on the track.
Wow. Okay.
Virtual debris on the track. Somebody threw a gum wrapper out there on the track, and they were worried it was going to, get stuck in the grill.
We've got Randall Nichols that's out of the race and Jason Laney out of it. Oh, they're 54 laps out. Yeah, they're 54 laps out.
They've been gone for quite a while. So we do have some guys coming down pit road right now. Kurt Kimmerling in the number 29 Hoosier Chevrolet coming down pit road. Also Tyler Gunter in the Bitcoin number 16 Ford Thunderbird. Those guys coming down. Also in their pit stalls at the moment, the 35 of Brett Pancari, Matty Watkins in the Watkins Chevrolet. That is the number 22, or the 55 rather, on your screen. The 19 of Johnny McNamara in the Doritos Chevrolet comes down pit road as well. And here comes Casey afoot there in the Ryko Sports X car. And here we also have in that front pit stall Joey Brown, race leader, number 14 Ryko Motorsports Chevrolet. He gets away. And
what in the heck did he come back down for?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to see if we can find any information out that we can. But I am not sure, Kane. That is pretty big stuff there that he came down pit road. That is going to cause him to lose his lead. And we'll see where he is scored once he comes across the start-finish line. But I'm not 100% sure why he came back down pit road.
Usually we got someone in the comments section that gives us a hand with the inside Ryko scoop. Maybe he'll let us know what happened.
Yeah, Ryko is such a big team here in the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series. So usually we have a little bit of some insider information on that, but not tonight. So we will see if we can find out from our race director or anybody else that may know. That's maybe only Joey Brown knows. I would not doubt it. That was a unique pit stop. But with that being said, it did pay off big for Drew Autry, as he is in the lead right now in the number 24 RC Cola Chevy. And behind him, it is Barrett Bonner in second. Scored in third at the moment is Matty Watkins. Brett Pancari is a big jump as he's up into fourth at the moment. And then Joey Brown is scored in fifth. Behind him, it is Kirk Kimmerling, Tyler Gunter, Casey Foote, and Johnny McNamara. So that is what we're looking at right now. And then we have all the guys that stayed out in front of them. So we'll see how they score this. It always gets confusing when you have green flag stops midway through, and then the yellow comes out. We are one to go, guys. So we are going to go back green flag racing this time by, and the iRacing.com pace cars lights have went down. So the lap traffic will go down the inside line. And Joshua Justin is in the second master system. Ford Thunderbird is going to lead that line down the bottom. And then behind him, in the number 61 Ryko Motorsports Chevy, that is Daniel Roper, who is going to lead the rest of the field to green. So Roper is actually your race leader at the moment. And like I said, this did shuffle the field quite a bit. All right, guys, so let's get ready to go back green flag racing. We're going to watch the iRacing pace cars. It leads the field down. Everybody's getting ready, and let's do it. So he'll make that sharp left-hand turn down pit road as we get ready to go back green flag racing from Homestead, Miami. Three wide for a minute there behind the front two cars. In that three wide pack was the 80, on the screen, the 88 Crisco Chevrolet of Thomas Rogers Jr. That is part of the lap traffic. Also, Mike Jamison in that as well. We're three wide again. Up on the high side, it's the number 3 machine of Octavio Rondoletto, the 09 of Cody Terlind, and then down on the bottom side, it is the number 14 of Joshua Justice. And I believe the high side is going to win. It does. That is Octavio Rondoletto. He's going to make another move up here. He's going to stay on that high line. He's been running that high line really since the drop of the green flag, and it has done well for him. They're going to continue. He's going to make it past the 88 Crisco Chevrolet, and that 3 car is really moving. Well, yeah, when they restarted, he restarted in the 14th position.
Well, so many of those cars were lap down traffic. He's now being scored in the 13th position, but that was a great run through all that traffic.
It really was. Great job. Here comes Drew Autry, going to make it around another lap traffic car, the 28 machine of Jimmy Riggs. And so Drew Autry in 4th place at the moment. He is looking ahead to the Matty Watkins. Watkins was up in 2nd place just a lap ago, and now he is in 3rd. So this is a very crowded field up here. Still 3 wide again up here at the front. We got a lot of excitement going on right now. In front of Watkins, it is the 14 of Joey Brown. Joey Brown listed in 2nd place, and your race leader, Barrett Bonner, the number 4 Ryco Motorsports Chevrolet, who is in a bunch of lap traffic right now. He's going to split the middle between the 13 and the 88. Contact is going to be made. He's going to go around. That's going to bring out the caution. A big crash here coming out of turn 3 at Homestead, Miami. The number 4 going to get sent around in spin, and that is big, 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 big news there for Barrett Bonner leading the race. Contact was made with the 88, and that is going to bring out our caution, and a big one at that. Joseph Lester, Jay Jensen, Brett Pancari, just to name a few involved. Also Tyler Gunter involved. Loads of traffic. Another car massively involved. Casey Foote, lots of damage. The 17 machine. Actually, it's the 34. It looks like the number 17, the old Darrell Waltrip paint involved. So lots of lots of people involved in this one, Kane.
Yeah, the Ryco guys took a big hit. A lot of their cars involved in that one. That was a big one.
It was, and the crazy thing is, when we get another look at that, you'll see, I saw it happening. I saw the number 88 Crisco Chevrolet up there, and I saw our race leader coming around, and I was like, okay, surely he sees him right there. He's gonna be able to clear him, and he just kept going, and they just ended up coming together. I don't think it obviously was not intentional by any means.
No, it looked like the Crisco machine
just
kind of lost it on that outside and started to come around, and it was just bad
here's
timing.
Our replay. So right now on our screen, we have our replay, and there it is right there, guys. And that sends the 88 around. He comes back down into the 4 machine and the 14. And then you see the 22 coming into the 4, and then it stacks up the 18. He'll get minor damage, and some of the other guys get caught up in it by trying to avoid that wreck right there. So that was big stuff right now, as that opens up some things for some guys here at lap 61 of 134. That will put Drew Autry up in that front position, I believe. And now we have a pack of cars coming down pit road, and they are as follows. The 22 Ryco Motorsports machine of Jay Jensen, Thomas Rogers Jr., that's the 88 car that was involved in that incident. The 18 of Steve Buchanan, and Joshua Justice in the number 14. Here comes Casey Foote and Aaron McEachern, also Tyler Gunter, just some of the cars that are coming down pit road for a stop. Barrett Bonner is rejoining the track right now, so he's back out there. Boy, craziness out there on the track.
We thought the last caution shook things up. This one really shook things up.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kane, I would hate to be back in 1987 trying to keep up with the track, being the scorekeeper in this race. This has been a tough one to keep track of where everybody is, just because of the way the cautions have fallen and the way the lap traffic has been with it. It gets tough. I mean, NASCAR used to make mistakes in real life. I mean, they really did. They would have sometimes the race would be over. They thought somebody would win, and then years later they'd say, no, we went back and looked at it and no, they didn't win. So it's easy to do.
Yeah, I'm quite thankful to have the digital timing that keeps track of who's in what position nowadays.
It really helps big time. Well, this caution has definitely benefited the number 24 RC Cola machine of Drew Autry, as he is the first car behind the pace car and leads the way. And then behind him in the number 2, or I'm sorry, in position 2 is the 35 machine that is the Princess Daisy machine of Brett Pancari. And then it is Kirk Kimmerling in the number 29 Hoosier Chevrolet behind him. So that is your top 3 out there on the right lane. Remember, the right lane, or the top lane rather, is your lead lap cars, and then the bottom lane is your lap traffic. And we are ready to go back green flag racing. So here we go, guys, waiting for that pace car to take that sharp left-hander. It'll do so right now. And here we go, back green flag racing as Drew Autry takes the field. So far, everybody going good. 3 wide and several spots out on the track. And it has been very, very crazy restart. Lots of tight traffic. 3 wide with this lap traffic mixed in. The yellow will come out again.
It's for Daniel Roper and Tyler Gunter.
And so there it is, guys. You hear it there, Daniel Roper. Gonna bring out the caution. Let's find out what happened.
Man, it looks like Daniel Roper just lost the rear end, swung it around right in front of the field. The 16 having nowhere to go.
Yeah, when the 61 car gets sent around of Daniel Roper, the back end just steps out on him, Kane, and those wheels never stopped turning. It goes around. The 16 gets caught up in it. A good job by the number 8 to avoid that as well. He was in a position where he was running right behind the 61, could have got involved in that, did a really good job to avoid it, and good for him to avoid that incident. So the iRacing pace car driver back out there earning his pay today as he leads the field around for some more iPacing. And this is what we're looking at behind the pace car. Drew Autry still holds that first spot for now. Brett Pancari is listed in the second position. Joey Brown third. Matty Watkins fourth. And then we have to go back a few cars. Listed in fifth, it is Kirk Kimmerling. Sixth is listed as Cody Terlind. Octavio Rondoletto in the number 3 Chevrolet behind him. Eighth, Jonathan Jourdain, which is a really big jump for the number 11 car. That is good news for Jonathan Jourdain. And then behind him, ninth is Mike Jamison. And that is the number 8 Chevy City machine that avoided that incident. And then in 10th is the 23 of Sam White. So that is kind of what we're looking at right now as we are pacing around. And we'll keep an eye, as most of the leaders are going to stay out on this one. And we'll keep an eye on the iRacing pace car. We should have about 2 to go before we head back green. If you guys are joining us out there, I want to thank you all so much for stopping by to visit with us tonight here from Homestead, Miami. Leave a comment on the YouTube feed, and we will try to check that throughout the race. And we'll kind of talk with you and just be a part of tonight's broadcast. As always, we love having anybody come by to say hello and try to be interactive with the community the best we can. And especially when we have these pace laps, it's a good time to catch up with everything. So hopefully you guys will stop by and say, hey, if nothing else, just like and subscribe. Also, just a little heads up, this at the end of this lap, we will officially pass the halfway mark. So halfway through this race and a big half left to go. So the lights do go out on the iRacing pace cars. We get ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by. $67 laps to go in this one, Kane. All right, guys, so we'll be going back green flag racing this time as we get ready to bring the field back up in that top row. It'll be the 24 RC Cola Chevrolet of Drew Autry is going to lead this field back green. And it's going to be an exciting restart. As down on the inside, it is lap traffic, but we have the 88 Crisco Chevy of Thomas Rogers Jr. So we saw some really tight racing on last restart. Saw a lot of 3-ride racing. I expect to see the same this time. And let's get ready to go back green flag racing. Oh, it's a big restart for Drew Autry. He's going to come down in front of Thomas Rogers there. The second place driver, Brett Pancari, going to tuck in behind, and he's going to try to get a good run down the backstretch. And our third car back right now is fighting hard. That's Joey Brown in the number 14 Ryco Motorsports machine. He's going to get stuck on the high side of the 18 Piedmont Airlines car, and he'll get pushed up to that middle groove. Behind him in the number 90, or I think it's 55. I keep wanting to call it a different number every time. It's Matty Watkins, and Watkins is holding it down in fourth place, following the 14. As we look back to our fifth place driver, he is down on the inside fighting the 16 Pontiac Blue Emu Chevy. That is Aaron McEachern. And down on the inside is Kirk Kimmerling there in the 29 Hoosier Chevy. And look at this, 3 wide with Thomas Rogers Jr. up on the high side. Watkins will come in front of him. And Watkins fighting very hard with some of the lap traffic that is fighting hard to try to get a lap back. That is Steve Buchanan. He is trying to get around right now in the Piedmont Airlines Chevy. Back up to the front, Drew Autry continues to lead, but he has Joey Brown coming in a hurry. That number 14 Ryco Motorsports Chevy looks fantastic. It is no secret why this guy got the pole here. He is extremely fast, and he is catching up on Drew Autry in a hurry. Pace on exit, man. He is coming out of these turns with just extreme speed. He gets really good grip through the turns, and I think he's going to get him on the backstretch this time. Here comes the 14, going to try to get Drew Autry in the lead, and he's going to tuck down to the inside, has good momentum. He'll have the down low, the inside line advantage. If it'll stick, Drew Autry pushing the middle groove. Don't know if it's going to be enough. He's sliding up the track a little bit, and that may be all that our new leader needs, as he does take the lead back. And that is Joey Brown who gets the pass done, and that was a great run there from Joey. He had a really good burst of speed, and it was enough momentum. We saw Drew Autry start to slide up the track just a little bit, may have pushed it just a little bit too hard, so the RC Cola machine will slide back into P2. Got a battle going on right now for third place. It is a 3-car battle. In third right now, it is Brett Punkari in that Ford Thunderbird. He's got Matty Watkins right there in the rearview mirror, and behind him, Cody Turlind is in this mix as well. Great 3-car battle. Right now, Turlind has got his sights set on getting around Watkins, following him nice and close, but I don't think he's got quite what he needs to get the job done. And while these two start their battle, Brett Punkari may start to break away. And we got a replay coming up on your screen right now as we are watching this. Thomas Rogers Jr. there in the number 88 Crisco Chevrolet. So we're going to continue to watch this. It's a little bit longer of a replay, but you'll see on your screen, here it is, coming up, I believe. We're 3 wide into the turn, and he loops it coming up. And here it is. And I think it's coming up right here, guys. There it is. Steps the back end out. Comes across. Just misses contact with the number 8. That is 2 times the 8 has avoided disaster. And he really did a good job. He got lucky more than did good on that one. That was close. So we are back live with you guys right now, watching the 61 down on the inside. That is Daniel Roper there in the Ryco Motorsports black car, getting around the Princess Daisy Ford Thunderbird there, and no problem, no harm, no foul. Daniel Roper advancing. So here we are on lap 77. Joey Brown leads the way. Drew Autry still in second place there in the RC Cola Chevy, and the 09 of Cody Turlind is in third. Fourth is now Daniel Roper's spot, as the 35 of Brett Punkari has fallen back, and he's in danger of losing another position, because here comes the 99 of Matty Watkins, and the Watkins Chevrolet has really good pace. He's got himself within a car length of the car in front of him, and at any time that's Brett Punkari, by the way. He thought he had a really good opportunity to move up into the top 5, but Punkari is not going to give it away that easy. Well, I tell you, if he wasn't a lap down, Steve Buchanan is running great pace with the top 5 guys up here. He's currently in the 22nd position, and he is lap traffic, but he is hanging right here with our 5th and 6th place running cars like it's nothing. So the car has a lot of pace, just unfortunately for him, is lap traffic. And now you're going to see Octavio Rondoletto make it around. I don't know if Rondoletto just dropped from the server. I'm having some connectivity issues in the sim tonight, and I don't know if it's just me or but it is something big is going on with me. I'm having some cards that are flashing in and out occasionally, and so my apologies if I am talking and then all of a sudden I stop, because that is what is going on, is that I'm having some connectivity issues. Got a good run right now with Barrett Bonner trying to hold position. Here comes the number 8 car down on the inside. That is Mike Jamison there, as he's trying to fight to get in the top 10. And as he has continued to press, he has got it. So welcome to the top 10, Mike Jamison. And it looks like he's going to be able to hang on to that position, as he was able to get ahead of Barrett Bonner. And Bonner going to have to be content with where he's at for now. That was a really good job there from Mike Jamison. And I believe Kane is coming back to the broadcast in just a moment, as we have several great battles on the track. In fact, Drew Autry back there in P2 has been able to hang there with Joey Brown. And we'd like to see that RC Cola get side by side with the Ryco Motorsports machine there of Joey Brown. These two have given us quite a good little showing as of late. Yeah, Drew Autry trying that middle line, and boy, Drew Autry getting a little bit loose there on exit of turn 4. The back end wanted to step out on him just a little bit, and I was expecting him to lose more time than he did. He's able to maintain a decent distance behind race leader Joey Brown there. In fact, he's actually getting a small run. We'll see how he subsides. And pretty equal down the backstretch here at Homestead, and going into turns 3. He's going to take that middle groove. It looks like he's about a car length up from that bottom line, that white line, and he slides up the racetrack going into the front stretch as they cross the start-finish line to start lap 84. It is still Joey Brown leading the way. So, guys, this time by will be 50 laps to go in this one. And we got a nice little green flag run stretching out on us. Looking at the number 6 of Matt Busa and Sam Cook. And this is a fun little battle going on right now. Going to have another run for the lead. Sorry, guys, I'm watching two things at once. And Drew Autry had a good run. Unfortunately for him, it stopped before it really got going good. I thought he was going to continue. And apparently the grip started giving him a little bit of trouble, so he had to lift. And that caused him to not be able to get that run that he was hoping to have. He had a really good push for just a moment there.
Drew Autry having definitely one of the best races of this season so far here at Homestead. He has definitely got some really good pace, because we seen Joey Brown early on in this race pull away to like a 2-second lead over his teammate Daniel Roper, and we know that Joey Brown is super fast here. So for Drew Autry to be keeping up with him and battling for this position like he is, that's really, really good.
Yeah, it is. And one thing that I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Autry right now is I've seen he is struggling with some grip, but he hasn't fallen off pace at all from the race leader. He's been right there with Joey Brown. In fact, he's actually gaining on him very slightly. And so that tells me that even with the grip degrading off those tires, he is able to still keep the pace. And now he's going to use that inside line. We're going to see the 14 go up a high side. He loses some grip. And now that's going to be a big run for Drew Autry down the inside line. He's going to have a really good push down the backstretch here at Homestead. Going to go down into turn 3. He's going to use that inside line, and we'll see if it's going to work this time. I think the middle line may help, because he has the 61 to push another Ryco Motorsports car. That's Daniel Roper, and that is going to help Joey Brown maintain the lead momentarily. That is huge. And now the 14 car going to come down in front, and here comes Roper up into P2. Can 24 of Drew Autry hang on? It is going to be tough when he has help from his teammate. We're going to go 3 wide possibly for the lead. Roper really pushing now as he's going to pass his own teammate up on the high line.
Yeah, that's just amazing because Daniel Roper has not had the greatest race today. He's been in several accidents, and now to find himself up here in the lead, that's some serious attrition from the number 61 machine.
And Joey Brown has found himself back in 3rd place at the moment. And Drew Autry, however, he finally did pass Joey Brown. It was not for the lead because now Roper has got up there. Not only has he got up there, he is starting to break away from this pack here.
Yeah, I'm hearing from our race director that Daniel Roper's got much fresher tires, and that's that really shows right now because he's really pulling away from those other 2 guys that are slipping and sliding around a bit.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. In fact, if I was talking just a moment before you came in, I believe, Kane, and I was noticing Drew Autry was really starting to slide, especially that back end. It was starting to step out on him quite a bit. And so I knew he was fighting with some grip issues. But he was able to stay with Joey Brown, who was the race leader at the time. And so when you see how fast Daniel Roper was able to come up and pass these guys, the fresh rubber is definitely obvious. So 44 laps to go in this one. You guys are watching the battle for 5th place at the moment right now. Pancari's that car up on the high side. He's going to lose some ground here, but the Princess Daisy Thunderbird is not going to give up that easy. He's going to tuck in behind here and get another shot through 3 and 4. And we'll see if he can do something here. And just great camera shots provided tonight by Jay Kennedy, tonight's race director. Not only putting on a great job from the director's chair, he's doing some fantastic camera work tonight. So, as always, we want to thank him. The 23 going to come up on Watkins here. Can he make the pass? He's got a good run. He's going to tuck in down the back stretch, try to use all of that slip stream that he can. And we'll see if he makes a move on the high or low side going into 3. And he looks to the bottom, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it work. He does. We're going to go 3 wide through the turn. And wow, that was close. 23 comes in front of the 6. That was very, very close. Now the 23 down on the inside, going to try to make it around Watkins. Watkins going to try to move the high groove. Don't know if the high groove's got it where it needs to be right now. That may not be enough. So a drag race down the backstretch here at Homestead Miami. Watkins is the high side. The low side is the 23. And I believe the 23 is going to have the advantage. And that is just awesome. Sam White there in the number 6 following the 23 car. I'm sorry, Matt Busa in the 6 car. The 23 car is
Sam White.
Yeah, Sam White. Thank you, Kane. And now Matt Busa down on the inside, going to try to make a move on Sam White. Yeah, that was a job well done there from Sam White. And yeah, he's done a really good job there getting ahead of these fellas. And right now, he's got Matt Busa and Mike Jamison in the rearview mirror as Jamison made it around Matty Watkins as well.
And Mike Jamison doing a good job sticking with those guys. Mike Jamison and that 23 machine of Sam White have spent most of this race in a battle together, and it's kind of sticking that way.
Here comes
Mike
the
Jamison.
6, Matt Busa in the elite Chevy Monte Carlo is going to get the pass now on. Follow, that is Mike Jamison. And Jamison had back.
That moves Matt Busa up into the 6th spot. He's quite a ways back, though, from fourth place Cody Terlin. That's about 5 seconds back, so a long way to go to catch fourth place.
Yeah, Joey Brown is in third place, and that's Cody Terlin that's in his rearview mirror, the 09 Ryco Motorsports Chevy. And Cody Terlin would love to get up past this teammate right here, but I have a feeling they'll work together. They're in third and fourth place. They were looking ahead at Drew Autry like a hungry shark, and the 24 RC Cola Chevy holding it down in P2, chasing down the fresher tires of Daniel Roper. However, I think the fall off has equaled out because Daniel Roper was gaining quite a bit of ground. That has slowed. And here comes Daniel Roper down pit road. So green flag stop here for the 61 Ryco Motorsports Chevy. And your race leader, your third place driver is going to head down pit road. What is your leader?
Yeah, Cody Terlin going to follow him down as well.
So that may start a run of green flag pit stops. We'll see if the yellow can stay hidden for a complete cycle here. Earlier when green flag stops were underway, the yellow flag popped out and really shook the field up. The 22 car going to try to make it around the 18 machine of Steve Buchanan. That is the battle for 19th, I believe. It's hard when we have pit stops going underway on us. And that is Buchanan in the Piedmont Airlines machine. And once again, that is going to be an apology from me as their cars completely flickered off on me, and my connection just went kaplooey. I apologize, guys.
Yeah, it's just been one of those weird nights, hasn't it?
It really has. It's so hard to broadcast a race. The caution does wave its head, and that is it. The caution does wave its ugly head, and that is dirt. And we're hearing Mike Jamison is the car. He's avoided several wrecks tonight, but this time he does not get to avoid it. And let's find out exactly what happens as we get ready to bring you guys the iRacing replay. So here it is, guys, on your screen, the iRacing replay as you're looking at the City Chevrolet. That is Mike Jamison. He's riding just one line off that bottom groove. And he's coming down the pit road. Does he have too much speed? Oh, no. Oh, no. It's the tire barrier, or the trash cans there is what I call them.
Sand cans, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a lot of damage.
That is embarrassing. That's not what you wanted to happen. And it was a complete, just one of those things. He was trying to get that speed washed off. And that's something we've talked about in the past, how important it is, especially under green flag conditions, to get that car down below pit road speed, Kane. And right there, these heavy cars, man, they're hard to get slowed down quickly. And you saw it right there. He got on it too much. The brakes locked up and kaboom right into the trash can or the sand cans. Well, here they come, the rest of the field. They get to pit under a nice leisurely yellow flag. They say thank you very much.
Second time we did, just after starting green flag stops, we get a caution for the rest of the field just to shake things up a bit. So far, it's looking like The front two cars have not pit yet. Now they're coming. So after pit stops, Kirk Kimmerling showing as the man who's going to take us to green. Sitting in the number 1 spot, Matt Busa in second, which Joey Brown looks like in the 3rd spot.
Always gets fun when things cycle through in the middle of green flag stops. Always makes it fun. Unless you are the timekeeper. So, guys, with this yellow flag, it's going to look at 31 laps to go at least once we get back under the green flag. And we'll see if we get the 1 to go signal this time by. Hopefully, we do get that 1 to go from the iRacing pace car. Race control will send them the order to give the 1 to go.
Well, for as good as the racing's been that we've been seeing here, a lot of good racing. There is 6 cars out of the race and another 6 or 7 that are laps down. So it's been a rough one.
So we do get the 1 to go. We are going to go back green flag racing this time, guys. And while we have had our fair share of cautions tonight, it has been good racing. While we have been under green flag, we have seen some really good runs from guys, some good racing. We've just had our incidents, and they have brought out the yellow flag, unfortunately, a few too many times. But unfortunately, that is just part of racing, and I think we're going to get a good finish here tonight. These guys are fighting hard. It's become a race of survival, and we shall see how things will fare for us as we are about to go back under green flag. Man, I tell you what, this field really got shaken up. So let's all keep our eyes on the pace car as it gets ready to take that sharp left-hand turn down pit road. And we'll get the field back going green here, guys, as we get ready for our restart from Homestead, Miami. Matt Busa going to dissect it and go right down the middle here between our front runners, and he will do so. Let's see if it'll... Good job there from Matt Busa, guys. Gets a great restart, and you're looking on board from Matt Busa right now, and that was an absolutely gorgeous restart.
Yeah, Joey Brown's and Kirk Kimmerling. Joey Brown going to follow him through, and that's going to put him ahead of Kirk Kimmerling. And Drew Autry. Drew Autry now to the inside of Kirk Kimmerling, going to look to take one more spot.
My gosh, 4 wide racing back in the field. It just went away, but back here about where Jonathan Oshalem is fighting hard with Corey Cook down on the inside. That is Daniel Roper. Going to make contact with the 14. Can the 14 save it? I think he does. What a save. The caution is going to wave, but Joshua Justice did save that. Oh, unfortunately, these fellas did not. And that is Casey Foote there we just saw on your screen. And we had a tire rolling away. That was a massive, massive incident as the caution comes out again. And let's see if we can find out on this replay what happened. You're looking on at Casey Foote right now. And let's find out exactly what happened. And I believe it's going to happen right there. Contact was made from the rear. That is the 13. That is Walat. And that started a chain reaction there. You see the golden 3 Goodyear Bass Pro Shop Chevy involved. There's a lot right there in the number 13 Thrustmaster Chevy. And so, very unfortunate, Kane.
Yeah, that was a tough one. It just looked like traffic checked up in front, so everybody started slowing down, and that 13 machine just didn't get slowed down quick enough.
So the caution does wave yet again here at Homestead Miami, and the guys will have to sort this out again. We'll re-rack them and try again. So how about this? We're hearing Sam White is able to get back on the lead lap, so he says thank you to the caution. Once again, guys, if you are just joining us, I do want to point out that there are quite a bit of some issues going on the technical side tonight. I want to apologize to all our viewers out there. No, we have not lost our minds. We're just dealing with a lot of technical issues, and just want to continue to bring you guys this race, even though we're having quite a bit of tech issues. So I think, Kane, it's just one of those nights, buddy. We're having some tech issues. The drivers having quite some trouble out there on the track, bringing out the yellows, getting in a lot of wrecks. It's just something in the air here at Homestead.
Yeah, there's something in the air. One driver who is appreciating what's going on, Matt Busa. Matt has had a tough time in the series, at least on broadcast nights so far. But tonight finds himself up in that number one spot with less than 25 to go.
Yeah, Matt Busa, I don't know. I mean, he's got to have some success. He's up there in the points. I mean, he's in the top 10 in the point standings. But I know what you're talking about. It seems like on the broadcast nights, he hasn't been able to really shine like Matt Busa can. And right now, got that number 6 Elite Chevy up where it needs to be, and holding the lead down. And there is going to be 25 to go this time by. So he's got that car where it needs to be, Kane. He's just got to hold it for 25 more laps.
He's got to hold off a hard-charging Joey Brown, and that is going to be tough. And Drew Autry's been fast today, so it's not going to be easy for him.
Yeah, Drew Autry has shown a glimpse of speed in weeks past, but tonight he has really stepped it up. And we are going to get this one to go, guys. So the guys are going to tighten the grid up as we get ready to go back green flag racing. And boy, is it time. Let's get these engines revved. Let's get our nose to the grind. And let's get this race and bring her home. We got a race to finish here. Going to be a fun restart. Matt Busa had really a remarkable restart on the last restart. He split the middle, went right up in between the high and the low sides, and it was beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful restart. Looking forward to see what he does here.
He's got the lap down car of Steve Buchanan in the Piedmont machine down below.
So yeah, there you go, Kane. Buchanan's going to lead the lap cars on the bottom line, and up on the high line, it will be Matt Busa there in the number 6 Elite Chevy Monte Carlo. You see him there trying to put a little heat in the tires, making sure we don't spin those things here in just a second. And all eyes go to the iRacing pace car as it makes the hard left-hand turn down pit road, and Busa wastes no time as he is back running green flag racing. Absolutely stellar start. Here is a great run from Daniel Roper in the number 61 Ryco Motorsports Chevy, making a killer run down on the inside line, racing down the backstretch, dealing with the number 7 Kellogg's Cornflake Chevy right in front of him there. Remember, in the 87, the series, we have lapped traffic on the bottom line. on the restart, so they are right in the thick of it, and it makes for some crazy restarts. Boy, Roper holding that bottom line down nice. He is tucked in and just riding clean. He's going to stay right there behind the number 4 Ryco Motorsports machine. He's going to tuck in with his teammate there.
Matt Busa looking like he might be getting some pressure from Joey Brown. Matt Busa with a pretty good jump off the start. Now that lead that he had is dwindling.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a good job of holding off Joey Brown. Joey Brown is a nice pole sitter. He obviously knows how to run an extremely fast lap here at Homestead, and he's going to do everything he can to take this lead from Matt Busa. So he's got plenty of time. One thing he doesn't want to do, Kane, is burn the tires up trying to pass him. Be patient. You have plenty of time to make your move. One thing we've seen with guys that they try to get too aggressive too early and they burn their tires up trying to get the pass done.
And those guys have already pulled away 1.5 seconds ahead of third place Drew Autry, so no pressure from behind.
Here he goes. He's looking dead on the inside. He has a clear and beautiful line. He's got that inside advantage, Kane. And that may be all Joey Brown needs to make this happen. Busa still is going to hang on. I thought he was going to secede the lead, but he's going to try to hang in there, run that high line. Let's see if he gets a good run through this high line. Oh, he makes contact with the wall. That is definitely going to hurt. So Matt Busa elected to take the high line and actually makes contact with the wall. And somehow he's getting a run on him on the backstretch. Was not expecting that. Matt Busa is not done with this. He got a run on the backstretch. He's tucked in behind the 14 of Joey Brown, and he wants to try to reclaim the lead. You saw him get a little loose there on the exit of 4.
Yeah, it looked like he gave a little wiggle just to make sure all his tires were up, is what it was kind of looking like he was just checking to make sure the car was okay after that contact with the wall.
Well, if that's what he did, it hurt because it caused him to lose a good bit of track of distance from the leader. So I don't know why he would have done that, but well, it did hurt.
I meant after the contact with the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He did this weird wiggle thing down the backstretch and looked like he was checking his car out to make sure it was all right after the contact.
Oh, okay. I thought he just got loose coming off the exit. He's hanging in there, but right now Joey Brown definitely has the pace of what he needs. And right now, guys, he is hoping for a green flag to the in.
Back behind those guys, Daniel Roper in 5th spot, making some gains. He's down to the inside of Matty Watkins. He is going to get that position and move him up into 4th. His teammate Barrett Bonner following him around, Watkins, but having a little bit more challenging time with it, but he is going to get the job done.
Yeah, Barrett Bonner is going to follow Daniel Roper there, and those guys working together nicely to get around Matty Watkins. And Matty Watkins has kept that 99 up here around the top 5 most of tonight's race. And let's see if he can try to reclaim some of this. Don't know if he can, Kane.
Daniel Roper back and forth. He has been one of the really fast cars tonight. He has got several seconds back to the leaders. I was wondering if there was a chance he might have enough to catch up to those guys. But, man, I think that gap is just too far.
Yeah, it's a long way. Now, of course, anything can happen, especially with the amount of yellow flags that have been thrown tonight with guys turning up the intensity late in this race. Anything is possible. In fact, I feel like it's more likely we will have another yellow flag.
Yeah, I agree with that.
To the end. I do not know that, obviously, but it's just the likelihood is high.
But Joey Brown definitely pulling away from second place Matt Busa. And both of those guys, Joey Brown and Matt Busa, just extending that lead over third place Drew Autry by quite a ways now. And then Daniel Roper back in fourth. The field's starting to get a little spread up, but Daniel Roper and Barrett Bonner still having a pretty good battle for that fourth spot. And Matty Watkins looks like he's turning on the heat to Cody Turlin there in the sixth spot.
So your top three guys is, of course, in the lead, Joey Brown, Matt Busa, Drew Autry third. Fourth, Daniel Roper, Barrett Bonner in fifth. Very clean in the top five right now. And sixth is Cody Turlin with Matty Watkins seventh. Eight is Brett Pancari. Steve Buchanan is a lapped car. I thought he was our 10th car, but our ninth is Corey Cook. And 10th is Jay Jensen. Kurt Kimmerling 11th at the moment. Coming up on our 10th place driver, Tyler Gunter holding 12th place down. And he's got Jonathan Oshalem there fighting hard, because down on the inside, here comes Sam White. Sam White would love to come up here and take this 14th spot away, or 13th rather, from Jonathan Oshalem. And he's going to use that inside line if the grip is there. And he will. He'll get Jonathan Oshalem. Oshalem in the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevy got stuck up on the high side and did not get the speed he was hoping for out of that turn. And now he's going to get a run down on the back stretch. Can he reclaim that position? No. Great job there.
Sam White getting his lap back just after this last yellow, but he has had a really, really good race up till the point of him getting a lap down from accidents. But man, we've seen Sam White in some really good battles tonight. It's like Daniel Roper and Barrett Bonner getting their way around Drew Autry. That's going to move Daniel Roper up into the third position. He's now 3.5 seconds away from second place Matt Busa.
So guys, 10 laps to go in this race. 10 laps to go. And I'm going to call the rest of this thing from just the broadcast screen. My iRacing has just completely went crazy on me. So I'm going to do this the old-fashioned or new-fashioned way, I guess. So here we go, guys. 9 laps to go in this race, and it has been a good one. When it has stayed green, it has been very impressive. We've had really, really great runs, great passes from guys, great defending from certain drivers, and I think we're going to get down to a good finish. This thing might make it to the end. All green. See Daniel Roper there in the number 61 Ryco Motorsports Chevy, able to hold off number 4 Barrett Bonner, and we'll see if that is going to be a good thing for him to hold that position, or we'll see if Barrett Bonner will get up there and fight that teammate. And Drew Autry in the number 24 RC Cola Machine has fallen back to 5th. Can you remember at one he led for a little bit during in the race, stayed up in 2nd for a long time, and he is still in the top 5. But you know, he wants to, as good as he's ran tonight, he would like to finish higher than 5th.
Yeah, he would have really loved to have had that third place that Daniel Roper and Barrett Bonner just went up there and took from him. But still a great race from Drew Autry.
Oh man, he has shown so well tonight. I'm very impressed with what we've seen from Autry, and he's got nothing to be ashamed of tonight. You see it there. He's lowest 8th, highest 1st. He's ran really well tonight.
He's not quite done yet. He's got Cody Turlin that's coming up on him with a little bit of pace there. He might have to contend with him by the time this thing's done.
Yeah, I think he is going to have to, Kane. It's 6 to go right now, and that '09 Ryco Motorsports Chevy looks like he has some decent pace. So that could be very concerning for Drew Autry, because that is the top 5 is good. Something about dropping from 5th to 6th, it just changed the whole aspect of how you finish. Top 5 sounds a lot better than the top 10. And we'll see if he can do it. 6 to go, guys, here at Homestead Miami. And right now, these guys are pressing, and I bet they're all starting to feel the grip really, really leaving them.
Yeah, it is long enough in the run now that you would think that they would really start feeling those cars loosen up.
Yeah, the lap time starts slowing down a good bit. And, Autry looked like maybe he about got into the wall there. Looking on board right now from Cody Turlin and the '09 Ryco machine, and he is putting it right where he needs to, Kane, waiting for the right time to pounce. 5 laps to go. He's got a really good run here, and if he can just get a little bit closer, I think we'll see him duck down to try to get that inside run.
Yeah, we've seen Drew Autry get loose
Here he goes.
several times. I think that Cody's probably got the better tires.
Here he goes, riding that white line. He's going to make it look easy. Textbook pass here at Homestead, and that'll drop Drew Autry out of the top 5 for now. 4 laps to go. Autry going to come back for another chance. Can the 24 do it? He has a little bit of a run. I don't know if it's going to be enough to pass him, but it is enough to hang with him. And maybe he can live to fight another day. Yes, he has lost quite a bit of speed off exit. That car, I think, Kane, has lost too much tires.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think Cody's just probably got the better tires.
Getting a look right now with Sam Cook in this Mobil 1 number 20 Chevrolet. In front of him, it is the number 22 Ryco Motorsports Chevy. And we'll see if this 20 car of Sam Cook I'm sorry, I keep calling him Sam Cook all night. I apologize, Corey Cook. That is Corey Cook is trying to get it done there. So 2 laps to go, guys. The white flag will be waving this time by. And it is our pole sitter who has been out there rocking it all night long. He has been up there for quite a bit of this race. And the flag man has reached down into the holster to grab that white flag. And we're going to get that 1 to go signal. Here he comes. There's the flag man waving that white flag out. And boy, is it a big, big lead there for the number 14 Ryco Motorsports Chevy, as he has got to just keep this thing clean for another little bit, about a half a lap, and he's got this one in the bag. From the pole tonight, he has had tremendous pace in the number 14 Ryco Motorsports Chevy, and all he's got to do is take it through 13 and 14, and it looks like he's going to do it, guys. Joey Brown going to come around to win at Homestead Miami. Job well done for Joey. Coming across second is the number 6 Elite Chevrolet, Matt Busa. And then we have 2 Ryco boys coming across here. Look at this finish, Kane.
They're a little further back. It got a little racy for the finish.
Yeah, that was 8 and 9. That was Jay Jensen and Pancari coming across. And that is got a little closer than I thought it was going to be. But yes, job well done for the number 14 and the Ryco team. A great showing from those guys tonight as Joey Brown takes the race and wins the 7th round here of the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series. Burn it down, Joey Brown. Not a bad burnout there.
Oh, we've seen Joey Brown a lot at the front of this thing, but I don't think we've seen him win in a broadcast race yet, have we?
Good question.
Been too many of them now. I just can't keep them all straight.
Yeah.
But I know we've seen him lead a lot of laps.
It is hard to remember our winners each week. Let's take a look at our final results as we have them up here on your screen. Our winner tonight, as we just saw, is Joey Brown. Matt Busa takes second. And when I announced third, I want you to look at all the Chevys tonight. They really dominated the field. Daniel Roper takes third. And fourth tonight, it is Barrett Bonner, who continues to do well in the point standings. Cody Turlind will finish fifth. Drew Autry with an amazing race tonight. Unfortunately, finishes just outside of the top five, but had a wonderful run tonight. Seventh place will go to Matty Watkins. Jay Jensen will finish in eighth. Ninth will go to Brett Pancari with Corey Cook in 10th. As we move back at 11th, it is Kirk Kimmerling with Sam White 12th. Tyler Gunter will finish 13th with the 14th spot belonging to Jonathan Oshalom. Johnny McNamara will finish in 15th with Jack Windsor 16th. Jamie Riggs, Jonathan Jordan are 17th and 18th, while Jason Willott and Steve Buchanan round out our top 20. As we move back, it is Aaron McEachern in 21st with Chris Oliveira in 22nd. 23rd goes to Joshua Justice with Thomas Rogers Jr. in 24th. 25th will go to Stuart Barnett with Casey Foote taking 26th. 27th through 30th will be Mike Jameson, Octavio Rondoletto, Joseph Lester, and Scott Crouch. And our final two cars in the 32-car field are Randall Nichols and Jason Laney. So that is how we finish up here at Homestead Miami. A great night tonight. We had quite a bit of technical issues, guys. I do want to apologize again on my end. I had some crazy things happening with my iRacing. I was having some connectivity issues. The power went out at one time. Just not ideal, but I'm so glad we were able to get the race to you guys. Thank y'all for bearing with us. It was a fun night other than the technical issues and maybe a caution too many. But that's okay. That happens, and it is fun. Don't miss us next week, guys. We go to one of my favorite places, Rockingham. That is right. Don't miss us as we go to the Rock next week, live in North Carolina. I cannot wait. I hope to see you all there. Kane, you got anything before we bounce out of here, buddy?
Oh, man, what a great race. It's nice to see Johnny McNamara in a top 15 spot in that Doritos machine, so good to see that. Seen one of the commenters say that Sam White had a good race. I couldn't agree more. Seen him up having good battles all race long. So many good battles tonight, man. It was fun. I can't wait for Rockingham. What a good throwback race for next week.
Yeah, Rockingham will be here next week, guys. Same time, same place. We thank everybody so much for joining us. Come check out our other races on SimSpeed TV. We got so many great broadcasters that do so many different racing across all levels of racing. So come check our page out. We got a lot of great broadcasts. Thank you all so much for supporting us, and we'll see you guys next week.
This is fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction. He's coming. The outside of both of them. Maloney.
Oh, he's taking Anderson. Anderson's up to him. Oh my God! Big crash. Oh my goodness, half the field's gonna get rolled.
Second very close. These guys I want to make their way through the field very quickly. Oh, there we go. Oh no! That's massive. This is it. This is over. I can't believe this. Oh my God.